Yeah, for sure. You know. Nobody had more punch power than George. No, short punches too. $47, but those guys.
The fact that you are doing amazing is positive for everyone around you. If you ever need anything from me, just let me know, period. I'm here to help, period. I hope your day continues to be amazing, period.
He steps out, and then you know, something that I was about that said that he same way all other countries. Just more options for weight. But it would get more. It's just the reason why McClellan. So the guy was nice. Really? We're close. Use it up like that. Those two are Especially one that was a different thing. But I guess we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be hiding. They are hiding. No, let's talk as they are. Anything? Kidney failure. But I think we should. What a person make sure now we're one step can't get it. Cool with that? Yeah. It's you see those in your So it'd be then also nobody ever covered certain right? That's once 10, maybe 220. That's so hard to do. He's not as an actor in MMA. Like put out normal. You can get that monster smooth. If you uncork we're straight. That's all. He's in there with my talks. Baby. What? Yeah, there's a photograph of thing. And you got suspended. when they did it wasn't much. Right. Yeah.
What's up, Pam? How you looking, TV? What's good? Right. That's like my day-to-day switch. What's good in your neck of the woods? Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I'm really still in shock. I hope that have the peaceful transition of power and that hopefully peace in the world. I hope completely. Wait, GB. I don't know. Now I'm as shocked as anybody else. Um, I mean, I kind of always said that it could have just been a dream. You never know. But yeah, I have no further predictions when it comes to this topic. And one thing that I do know, at least in my opinion, I could say that you're going to be wrong on a few things, and it'll be funny in the how it all works out. But usually those tend to be sports predictions. This one I felt in my gut, this one was solid. But things happen. All I know is that we are going to have 45th president as the 47th president, and I am ready to sit alongside everybody else and see what happens. And it will be quite interesting to see what happens. I agree. I think it will be quite interesting to see what happens. I hope that we're able to move closer to a peace process. We're going to make a lot and get back to a place where, especially the United States, does not have any role in any overseas conflict. Yeah, it's, I'm in agreement on that. And look at what multiple Bitcoin has done and what it perhaps might do for the market. And as they say, a rising tide lifts all ships. And perhaps it will lift new school Bitcoin. I agree with that. I think of any time to buy a new Bitcoin territory, it's now. I think we had our open high and then we have seen a big position essentially a low. And now it's starting to get with that, it's a great opportunity. And I was watching some charts. I was watching multiple Bitcoin chart, and like in 2012, it's had this like 4 year cycle. So 2012, it went up a huge amount. 2016, it went up a huge amount. And I think like in something like March of this year, it was $70,000. Now it's worth $81,000. And 93 this point. Holy shit! This is that's absolutely incredible. Well, it looks like it's going to get more than that too. Wow, 93. It's incredible. So essentially, since the election, it's gone up like 8%, something like that. That's incredible. I mean, that's been like a week and a few days. Nope. Like it as a future. I'm very excited with what our old school Bitcoin is doing and start out with a new school Bitcoin and see what happens. Eventually, hopefully, we're able to overtake old school Bitcoin. There are chances that it could happen with the right activity. So that's an exciting opportunity too. What are your thoughts on all these shitcoins that have emerged that always emerge? That like there's a peanut coin. I am wrong on this. Like you're on Twitter, you're on um, you're on Twitch Spaces more than I am, but so you're aware and how it's been performed and such. That one, I mean, I don't know. I know it. This is an interesting one. We had a guy in here like 2 weeks ago. So he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you about a coin?" I'm like, "Go for it." And he's like, "Okay, it's called Trump One." And that coin performed very well for that group of people. And I mean, it's basically banking on the it was a good name because even if he lost, they could still go with his support group or whatever. And, but yeah, I mean, it seems like people who double down on that are doing pretty well. Doge is making moves. Right. So if I understand this correctly, well, new school is um, comparative to Doge. Is that correct? Right. Have we ever surpassed them? Surpassed them? Like a month ago, we were at 31 cents. Have we ever surpassed them? Do you know what their market cap is? Yeah, it's shocking. Yeah. Yeah. We just need our 1 billion, and then we have our yacht party in Cancun. That's right. I mean, you never know. The way it was going, it was looking like it was going to be perhaps by Thanksgiving. So, we might see it by the end of the year. You never know. But I think there's going to be a lot of movement in the crypto world in the positive direction between now and the inauguration. So, you want to buy, I'm talking a very well invested member of the community. But as you know, like things definitely happen in the next 2 months because it's kind of a dead period for the president. So time got to start pumping somehow. Um, it was like it was literally like the Democratic Party was like, hey, let's set the world's biggest mousetrap for our opponents, and we're going to do it on this date in this place, and we're going to get them all riled up, and then we're just going to let them do whatever they want, and then we're going to essentially get rid of the major core of the Republican Party, and at least the grassroots element of it. And then we're going to parade them for the next 4 years or whatever. And I'm not saying that what people did was right by any means. Trespassing and a woman died and all the other things, or an officer died, I should say. And, you know, but I also understand what I saw what happened. It's like you saw what happened, where it was like, all right, well, come on in. So there was kind of that element of it too. But frankly, I think both sides are pretty dirty when it comes to what they've done. Yeah, it was brilliant. Um, that's what they were doing. But you would think I mean, it was so brilliant that they would have won the election this year. And they easily could have. I can name 10 people that they could have run who would have been their opinion. And you could do who are women perhaps of color, who are, I mean, literally, I could find any manager at a Taco Bell that's better. Probably they have management experience, leadership experience. They probably had to pass some morality checks. And, I would take that person over anyone. Not over anyone, but over anyone that includes Trump or Harris. I think that both of them are kind of scummy, not just kind of extremely. And but if I could have had anyone, I would have loved to see Dr. Ron Paul, but that is just a libertarian. And I don't. I know that. I know that day is done. But back in the day, we had quite a lot of support amongst grassroots individuals, especially with his fiscal policies. And really, we're at a place in the United States where there's just so much debt that it's basically we are beholden to the bankers of the world. Right, right, um, right. Uh, Jerome Powell. Okay. Right. I mean, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, once you get governments involved, then you get more regulation. And I mean, then little things could really be affected. Like the SEC might get involved and say that we can't even have our telegram because that's considered insider trading, which which I honestly think is the truth. this were a stock group, we could just be like, oh yeah, More Light's going to be fighting BitBoy. We know that the coin's going to get a ton of advertising. That's insider trading. It would be the same as if we were to say, hey, BitBoy is fighting More Light, and it's going to be on NBC. Buy a bunch of Comcast Universal stock, or it's going to be on ESPN. Buy a bunch of Disney and her stock, or it's going to be on CBS. Buy a bunch of Viacom stock, or it's going to be on Fox. Buy a bunch of news or stock. I mean, but I can just see that in the future that these types of conversations may be regulated. Hey, what do you think about GameStop? It's like $26, which I mean it's just and then the other one that's been interesting, Tesla over the course of the last like 10 days or something, is like had incredible performance. Let me get you some figures on this one. At least Tesla. I saw someone was like, yeah, I invested $100,000 in Tesla, and now it's worth $8 million over the course of the last 12 days. I'm like, yeah, look, Tesla stock. Let's look at Tesla stock in the news. So currently, it's up 5%. It's up 2% today. Okay, so it's $333. It is. Let me look at it just recently. Its chart. Okay, so it's on Google. 1 month and all that. Okay, let me go to my one. All right, so all right, so the past month. Wow. Okay, so it was like $210 a month, and it's $333 a month. So yeah, but you have to understand. I would think you would think that at the outset, but if you really recognize what Tesla is, it's a robot company that makes cars. It's not a car company that makes robots, and it's becoming much more of a robot company. Have you seen the Optimus? Right. That thing is going to have a major effect on society. That could replace basically anybody's job. Yeah. They, they be more specified for their industry, but I think really people are going for the ultimate dream within robotics is probably a sex. But in reality, a humanoid, critical like a something that's near indiscernible or indiscernible from real people. And so that's why they're focusing all their modeling on that. And then also, when you want to show it to the public, you can show them one of those spots that Amazon has or something like that with a dog of Boston Dynamics. That's impressive. I'm not saying that it's not. But the next question that everyone asks is, okay, well, when are you going to be able to build one that looks like me? And so Tesla just says, you know what, we're going to beat everybody to the punch on this one, or on aspect. We're going to do what we can to be able to develop this. But for as good as the American robots are, they're not half as good as the Japanese robots. Right, right, that's absolutely true. Right. I'm in agreement with you on that. And I don't want anything implanted in. I will be the last person. What I will take is wireless transfer. And like, if you have a way to be able to say, "Hey, Rabbi, we're going to put the entire encyclopedia in your brain," okay, that's cool with me. You do it wirelessly, yeah, all right. And you've worked this through a bunch of other people too, and yep, okay, it works every time, 100%. Yep, okay, I'll take that. However, the second that you say, all we have to do is drill into your skull, stop, stop right there. I'll wait until you can do this in a more efficient manner. And now, if unfortunately something ever happened where, hey, Rabbi is paraplegic, quadriplegic, he can't use his body the way to, hey, then do whatever the fuck, turn me into a science experiment, do whatever you can so that I can play Pong. I don't care. But fortunately, I'm not in that situation right now. And the fact that I'm not, you can keep all of the brain computer interfaces you want. I'll watch them and I'll talk about them and I'll promote them. But until we're able to have a wireless brain transfer that works 100% of the time, I don't want any part of it. Right. 100%. I agree with you. Actually, this is going to sound very strange. I don't think it's strange. This is how I imagine the future. Once you can do that kind of um, telepathic communication, and we meet other aliens, or we meet aliens, whatever. If you consent, I think you should be able to have sex with them. Exactly. But there's going to be the flip side of this too. There are going to be people who want to have sex with animals. And right now, I think that that's wrong, specifically because the animal cannot consent, so it's rape and it's a strange kind of rape. But if you can get the animal to consent, that's going to be an interesting case. It really is, right? But I mean, I see somebody's going to want that. Oh, 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 100%. Absolutely. You can definitely. Gene has it. Yeah, but I mean, we even have people in our community who I would say have had body modifications look like. So if they're willing to have, like, I think specifically of someone who has like vampire like canines, if they're willing to do that, then I'm sure we get another person who says, "Hey, I want cat ears." There's that, but I mean, probably more realistically, just like they do with someone who's going through transgender surgery, they take a part of your body that currently exists, then implant it in your head so long as your body doesn't reject it. There are probably ways as well to manipulate the skin on the skull and like pull up on it. I mean, what and, and right, and then even the thought of like you could take stem cells or human growth hormone and or both and inject it in a certain area of your body and perhaps get um, some type of non-traditional growth in that area just because it's been inundated with all kinds of different hormones and such. So maybe don't ever give up on your dream of having cat ears. You know your secret desire. Hey, you know you were talking about reading brainwaves. You know what kind of technology, arguably, is probably the thing that records all that shit better than anything, and that's Wi-Fi. Have you ever seen how Wi-Fi works in your house? Like you'll have you know what I'm talking about, then. And so that's able to basically respond or record all kinds of different waves that are going on in your wherever you are. And so there's the thought that you might have all of your memory and all of your actions already being recorded and you don't even know it. That's true. That's true. And then for anything that doesn't cover itself, wireless signals that you're doing. Well, GB with the adoption of 3D printed meat, lab grown meat, I imagine probably within a decade or two, there will be illegal to kill an animal on this earth. Well, wait, an animal that's not a human. We know, yeah, but I can easily see that. I can see some some Scandinavian country passing it first, and then they'll say like, unless there's like an emergency situation or you're an indigenous people who have been hunting for X, Y, Z amount, we want to start getting rid of commercial fishing and then eventually, individuals fishing, and then perhaps that you just can't kill anything. Well, you gotta think, imagine those what you've seen in science fiction and how you turn them eventually those types of civilizations don't kill animals. So we have to kind of ask ourselves, I'm not saying that that has to happen, but eventually I would imagine that if you can replace meat with lab grown meat or 3D printed meat, there's really not enough reason to kill animals anymore unless you have something where you need to call the herd due to overpopulation. I get that, but that's still a bygone era. In the future, when you are completely reliant on the government and government subsidies, and you can buy your lab grown meat or your. I mean, really, that'll probably really be for the really wealthy people. They'll probably feed people insects for protein, and then eventually just turning it into like soil green. Do you know what soil green is, GB? Yeah, sure. I mean, they already sell it. They already sell a product called soil green on Amazon. Pepsi has stem cell flavored soda. Dog, we're looking it up right now. This is fucking wild. The strangest thing I ever heard about that is that if you read it backwards, it says kiss dead. But let's take a look at this. No, dog, please tell me about stem cells that are allegedly in Pepsi. Yo, it sounds like you're asking about stem cells that are alleged connection to Pepsi. There's a rumor that Pepsi and some other companies have used stem cells, particularly those of aborted fetuses, in the development of certain flavor enhancing processes for the testing of food products. This often refers to a cell line called ATP293 human embryonic kidney cells, which was originally derived from the fetal fragment. These cells are used for very scientific purposes, including testing for flavors, drugs, and vaccines. However, it's important to note that PepsiCo itself does not use stem cells directly from the beverages to by contrast. The HK293 cells have been used in lab testing, but that doesn't mean the cells are in Pepsi products. The controversy generally comes from the use of these cells in labs for research, not in the end product drink. The connection between stem cells and Pepsi mostly arises from the indirect cell line research. to cultivate. But rest assured, there's no stem cells. I know what you're saying. That's fucking big brother telling me to just keep cool and carry on. I want to know more about this. What in the fuck is HEK 293 and what products is it in? One moment. Here we go. HEK, human embryonic immunity cells are born in human cells that were originally derived from the back then. They're not used directly in consumer products, but have become a common tool in biomedical research. Scientists use HEK 293 cells in lab testing for things like pharmaceutical flavor testing because they can go quickly and respond to it. As for consumer products, these cells themselves aren't anything you eat or drink. So apparently they're not what you eat or drink, but perhaps for the testing. How they have used in research related to flavor enhancers and artificial sweeteners. Some companies might use cells to test how some compounds interact with human taste. All right, this is my favorite one. These, hold on, and we're gonna end on this. I gotta go to the bathroom. Aspartame. Yo, dog, can you please tell me about how bad aspartame is, and how Rumsfeld's role in it, and also how it causes bacteria regurgitation, and also that it was discovered by a scientist who was licking his finger in the laboratory and noticed it was very, very sweet. All right, so let's break it down. Aspartame is the artificial sweetener used in tons of low calorie and because 200 times sweeter than sugar, so only a tiny amount is made to make things sweet. The bad rap about aspartame largely comes from concerns about its safety, especially long-term consumption. Some people have claimed that links to things like cancer, headache, and other health issues. Scientific studies haven't definitively proven why. As for Donald Rumsfeld, he was actually involved in the approval process for aspartame when he was CEO of Searle, the company that developed aspartame. After some FDA rejections over safety concerns, Rumsfeld was instrumental in pushing the approval through the 1980s. This raised some eyebrows because people thought he might have had too much swing in the process. The bacterial regurgitation condition sounds like a reference to aspartame's chemical breakdown. When it's consumed, it breaks down into phenylalanine, aspartic acid, and methanol, which are common compounds found in the body. Some people are particularly sensitive to that chemical, especially those with PKU, which means I'm unable to metabolize it properly. But for most people, it's not. Finally, the discovery that Hughes' story is true, but it makes humans. Aspartame was discovered by a chemist in James M. Lather in 1965. When he accidentally took it at the rest of his fingers, he was working on a drug project when the PK led to the discovery of aspartame sweetness, which eventually led to the development of soup. There you go, man. Maybe who knew? Who knew what we started with the election and we end on HEK human embryonic kidney cells. Thank you so much for your time on that. I'm gonna get some water, go to the bathroom. You feel free to stay if you want, but if I come back with you. But if not, please know that I love talking to you, and I look forward to many more conversations in the future. Okay, big dog. Take care, man. Shout out to GB, everybody.
This one's good. That's a good. Super high. YouTube. In there. Raisins in there. You know, we know that. We have it. Crazy way. But after a big workout. There's no drink. A lot of people think round the wall, and then it was he's talking that motherfucker. No. What is that? Jonathan. Was that when he hit him with the... Yeah, I heard something. 47. Much different fight. So it was interesting. Pop. And this one. Big elbow. The thing that I love that one. What I love Boy providers, and they're putting up cars where all these, it's exposing like super high level strike. Like what? To use it. What do you think is that? What is that? That's I don't see Chris. Is he trading Wonderboy? Who's trading? They kind of I mean, it's still the same. There's no reason. Soft tissue. You're always here. That's a you don't. Sorry, it's interesting.
Damn, these motherfuckers outweight 8 fucking minutes to the end of the game. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Amazing. Oh my god. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, but Rise was was prime. He was not. Right.
What's up, Ken? How are you? Flash! The man, the myth, the legend. What's good in the hood, Flashlight? The dream. Every day's a holiday, every day's a feast. How are things in your neck of the woods? What did they do to you? What did you do to get banned? What you do? What you do? Come on, tell us about the whole story. Okay, yeah, I understand that. How are other things going on there? That's true. Have you seen what cryptocurrency's done? Specifically Bitcoin. Yeah, 93,000 today. And as you know, I'm sponsored by cryptocurrency, so it's doing well as well. I'm telling you, buy while you can. You can get into Bitcoin, do it as much as you can. I mean, in the last 10 days, it's gone up 20, to $13,000. I think we've already seen it. As I understand, at least thus far, Bitcoin has gone through 4 rounds of major growth. Starting with 2012, it it had its first round, then it would peak and dip and peak and dip, then 2016, then 2020, and now 2024. So it might be the right time. Yeah, absolutely. So basically, what you have to do is outpace it, and the only way that you're really able to do so is, well, one of the major ways is through cryptocurrency, through investment. So if you're looking at inflation at a lowest 2% every year, you know that your Federal Reserve note, your dollar bill is going to be worth 2% less every year. So in 50 years, it'll be worth essentially zero what it once was. So you can say, all right, I can just sit on the money, or I can make my money work for me. Now, like I completely understand. You're like, look, Rabbi, I'm just like a normal guy. I don't have tons of money to invest in cryptocurrency. I totally get that because what you're doing is going to have such a better effect, not just for you, but for your wallet. You're creating content, and that's what it's about. Creating content, being an influencer, you'll be able to write your own check in the future. So I wouldn't worry too much about it if you can't get really invested in this round of Bitcoin. Because frankly, you are making your own brand, your own image, and with that, you'll be able to write your own way.
Hey, so Rabbi, I got another question.
I've been well, thank you. Gotten a, I've become friends with Eddie Craven on Discord, which is good. I did an interview pretty recently, or within the last month, with Lori and Sam Bond. Those went really well. And then what I've done is I've got like a bunch of different devices and different Discords. So I've made many new friends in Discord, but also I just like live stream in there all the time and get people's attention. And I've seen a lot of growth in that. Some growth in my community. We've got some really great people in here. SBMC's always in here. He's the rock of the Discord. Whenever you're going to be in here, there's a good chance that you're going to find SBMC. And we've had some other friends join us as well. We've had some girls in here, which is great. And I'm just getting more and more well known. So that's what's important to me. Absolutely, man. I mean, I had him before, I got him now. Hey, if you have a chance, follow Caspian C on Kick. He's a Kick streamer as well. He does streaming. I know that you've had a little bit of discussions with him in the past, and, or I think he like talked to you in the chat recently. And so I know he's a fan of yours, and as am I. You got a really great community. How's your community been? They're wild. They're wild. You know they're wild. But are they keeping you out of trouble? That's right. That's right. So, when I can't imagine. I don't want to know what you did to get there. You got a week, and did you learn your lesson?
Oh no, I didn't. Like, yeah, I'm good. It was
Okay, you know, class, I think that they're too, like, even for as wide open with kick it, I think they're too strict on some things. So just know whatever you said, I got your back. And people make mistakes. I'd rather they give you another shot. I was just checking, actually, right when you came in. So I got my quick bots going. And oh, yeah, and the thing is, Eddie, I made a video. If you have a chance, watch my interview with Ori, where I show him in the Kick sign-up process, they have a major error. So basically, whenever anybody's signing up for Kick, there's only like a 50% chance that it's going to work. Generally on a desktop computer. And I was able to document the issue for Eddie. And that's when he accepted my friend invitation on Discord. And I was able to, hopefully help the organization a little bit because it has so much opportunity. And oh, okay, so there's another person who does this? Oh, you have, wow, oh, wow, yeah. Especially if they can do something about that. But, I really think Eddie is a great CEO. He listens. He has that weekly call. He's open to new ideas. And so like of all of the platforms on which you are, Flack, you're on the right one, and you're Who there?
Soccer.
All right, you want to name them?
Not
So when they stop you, you block them.
uh,
And he's a real person. Oh, wow. Okay. So what are your big plans for the future and the growth of your stream?
oh, I did. Uh,
Absolutely. So just some alpha that I've developed over the course since we last spoken. I have a lot of different devices, and I basically just use them to sit in the biggest VCs on Discord. And so people go in, they click on my profile, they click on it, and then they join my Discord. So we see a lot of Discord growth. And then people are like, then you're everywhere. Like, basically, like you could be, if you wanted, like famous basically on Discord overnight. You just had a couple of devices while you're streaming. All you do is just make sure that your other devices are in the biggest Discord as well. People ask you what you're doing. They'll see that you're a streamer. And Flex, you're gonna be giant. You're gonna be giant. You're gonna be giant.
I don't want to be
You're gonna be giant, dog, and that's gonna be exciting. So you can maintain your anonymity as long as you want, but just know when all is said and done, you're gonna be one of the great interviews of my life and one of the great streamers in the history of the Kick platform. What's up, Adam? Hey, Flex, peace and love, man. Come by whenever you want. I'm a huge fan, you know that, and I want to support you in everything you do. Okay? Take care, Flex. Take care, Flex's community. Shout out to Flex. You as well. Adam,
my guy.
just listen, just shout out to people on Kick. Yes, I do. You look great. You look as beautiful as ever. Don, I talked to you like earlier today. I was yelling at you. Hey, Beth, you came in and said hello. Yeah, dude, I do. I appreciate you coming in. I really do. So, did you work overnight?
Me right now, not working.
No, did you work overnight? Oh, you're going to school. Okay, I gotcha. What are you studying?
Right now,
That's an excellent vocation. Good on you. Do you enjoy it?
right now.
What is your favorite aviation? What's your favorite aviation? Aviation.
Now, I like building.
It's very, very good. You want to be the rocket scientist?
Like, I want to build a rocket. Like,
That's amazing, Adam. Well, if Elon Musk or anyone from SpaceX or any of those related companies see this now or in the future, hire my man Venom. He's going to be one of the great rocket scientists in the future. Absolutely, Venom. But I just want to make sure you're aware. Just so you know, in the future, uh, we won't be perhaps using rockets as much as we will perhaps something. Do you know about the space elevator?
Yeah.
So don't slouch on that either, because they might need help with the space elevator in addition to Rothschild. So absolutely. All right. So what's your favorite kind of clandestine plane? Oh, great question. Like a black budget plane, one that like isn't publicized. Like,
Not in.
so like the B-2 bomber, like the F-117 Nighthawk. You know what I'm referencing? Excellent. So those were declassified in the late 80s, early 90s, and um, so before they were declassified, they were clandestine planes essentially, and basically we haven't had a major declassification of a plane since then. In fact, let me check this back. This is actually really interesting. So before the like F-117, we had the SR-71, and so if I go to ChatGPT and I ask it about this very question, so dog, like towards the end of the 1980s and early 1990s, I believe the B-2 stealth bomber and the F-117 Nighthawk were declassified. When was the last time? Can you please give me the timeline of major declassification before and after that in the realm of aviation for the United States government? So you're right about the declassification of the Spirit and F-117 Nighthawk in the late 1980s and early 1990s. It marked significant moments in U.S. military history. Here's a general timeline of the major declassification of U.S. aviation, focusing on high-tech aircraft equipment. So in 1950 to 1960, we had the U-2 spy plane. Lockheed U-2 reconnaissance plane developed by the CIA for high-altitude reconnaissance over the Soviet Union. Although the U-2 was secretly operated, it was not fully declassified until after it was shot down in 1960, leading to an official acknowledgement of its existence. Okay, then in the 60s, there's the SR-71 Blackbird. 1964, the SR-71 Blackbird, the world's fastest aircraft at the time, was developed by the U.S. Air Force CIA for high-altitude reconnaissance. It was declassified in 1990, although details about its capabilities were slowly revealed over the years. The Blackbird was used for reconnaissance missions over hostile territories during the Cold War. 1970s, F-111 and heavy stealth concept. The F-111 developed as a long-range supersonic bomber, was used by the U.S. Air Force and Navy. The development of stealth technology also began during the 1970s. All right, so major declassifications in the 1980s to 2000. The F-117 Nighthawk was 1988. 1989 was the B-2. The 1990s was the F-22 Raptor. 2000 the B-2 Spirit, that's full stealth. 2015 is the F-35. It was officially revealed to the public after years of development. While key information about its stealth capabilities, sensors, and operational range was still not classified, the aircraft's existence is no longer a secret. 2020. Wow, this is really interesting. This is mentioned for JFPT. In a surprising move, the U.S. Department of Defense officially released videos of UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, which were filmed by military pilots. While this is not directly related to traditional aircraft, the declassification sparked major discussion about the nature of advanced aviation technology and whether U.S. military forces were testing new technologies that could be misidentified as UFOs. The 2010s, other notable declassifications, A-12 Ranger and stealth aircraft, and 2018 B-21 Raider. All right. So, yeah, that's some interesting shit. I think that, like, that's cutting edge stuff. If you know, like, a lot of that stuff that we've been developing like, for 2 decades beforehand. So, whatever the future may hold is really exciting.
Yeah, but you're right on the space elevator.
Oh, God. have I never shown you this GIF of it? Just a moment, I'll show it to you.
Send it.
It's phenomenal. Just for a
Are you
moment.
trying to play
Am I right now? No, but I can play it. Oh yeah. Space elevator. Wait, we play all those. All right. I pull it up. It's in Space Elevator 4, and it's in India. All right. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like if it were in Florida. Let me see.
Send it to me in the
Uh, so basically, what this means is that you don't have to use rocket fuel to get to space anymore. You can just literally run this thing up a tether into low Earth orbit, and it's essentially for getting. I'll send it. I normally don't send shit to people. What, does it have oxygen in it yet? No, it's like the speed of a very fast elevator, perhaps, here on Earth. So you may feel it, but it won't necessarily your body. And generally, this is thought for cargo, like when we need to get supplies to people in space. So as I send this to you, hold on. Yeah, and when you absolutely, yeah, definitely. I have videos in the past. I really want the Kuwaiti government to work on it because they have all this money. It could be, hey, check out what I just sent you, and you'll see it up close. And it's really cool because you can see the state of Florida and like how fast it's moving. Now, I don't want to just dismiss a good question that you raised. Yo, dog, can you please tell me what kind of physical effect one could experience or one might anticipate experiencing if one were to use a space elevator? I want you to tell me how fast it would be and compare it to stuff on Earth, like a car or an elevator in a really tall building or a plane or however fast people think that it may go. All right, it says a space elevator would be wild, and there are many factors at play that would determine how fast you're going. How fast you would go. A space elevator, in theory, would be a vertical tether that extends from Earth all the way up to a geostationary orbit. So it's like 22,000 miles above Earth. The elevator would be moving with the rotation of the Earth since it's attached to a point in space that rotates with the planet. Speed at the bottom. At the base, the elevator would move slower because you're closer to Earth. Earth's rotation speed. Actually, so it's talking about how fast the elevator would be going. I should have asked, what about like the cable car? But that's okay. What physical effects would you feel? Now, what about the ride itself? It's not a regular elevator or a plane ride. Here's what might go down: acceleration, speed, and G-forces. You'd experience gradual acceleration as the elevator climbs. If it's designed properly, the ride would start off gentle with low G-forces, forces acting on your body. But as you move higher, you're moving faster, and you start to feel centrifugal forces as the elevator speed increases. This is similar to the heavy feeling in a spin ride or an amusement park, but way more intense. For example, at the top of the elevator, the speed of travel would be about 10,000 kilometers an hour. Holy shit, that's fast. That's 6,200 miles an hour. But due to the nature of the structure, the acceleration would likely be smooth. Oh, okay, so reducing any hard G-force. As you climb, the effect of gravity would change. You feel weaker gravity as you go higher. The farther farther up you go, the less gravitational pull. You reach zero gravity at the top, essentially orbital velocity to a wave. This would be a unique experience compared to Earth's normal gravity, or even zero gravity with the International Space System, International Space Station, which is microgravity with continuous motion sickness. The elevator would accelerate quickly or have sudden jolts, which hopefully won't happen. You might experience motion sickness, however, with a smooth, gradual ascent, this could be minimized as space travel usually doesn't cause nausea like rapid car movements. It's really interesting that, like, even though it's way higher, it's like going to be a smoother ride. Atmospheric effects. As you go up, the air pressure would drop, which could cause discomfort similar to flying in an airplane if you don't have a pressurized cabin. You might be in a pressurized cabin for most of the journey, so breathing wouldn't be an issue until you reach higher altitudes. There's cosmic radiation that you have to deal with, time dilation, but not so much for you. As you approach speeds nearing the speed of light, which would be a lot higher than what we're talking about, you'd experience time dilation, but that's not it. So basically, the speed would be going at something like 10,000 miles an hour, but that's around the Earth. The physical effects seem to be rather minimal, which is tight. What up, G-Man? How you living, Penn? How you doing? How'd you learn about me, G-Man? We were just talking about a space elevator. Excellent. G-Man, how'd you find out about me? G-Man, G-Man, how'd you find out about me? How did you find out about me?
Like doing it almost the first time. I just jump around a bunch of places. I like maximum 100 servers. So
Same, dog. So you learned about me.
which one, but
Here, you learned about me from Discord. From Discord.
yeah.
Excellent. That's okay. So you saw one of my accounts there in Discord. Excellent. G-Man, I'm glad you're here. You know much about me? Do you mind if I tell you about myself? Excellent. I'm Rabbi Rothschild. I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for world peace. I don't want war anymore. I've been streaming going back to the pandemic with you. Do I remember you? Yeah. Did I tell you all this? Hold on. Did I tell you all this? Okay, so if you came in here before, excellent. Yep. So if you've already been in here, I told you. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that you're here, my man. Excellent. I like your speech. That's right. Oh, G-Man. G-Man, you changed your name. You changed your name. You were something. What were you earlier? Yeah, G-Man. What was your name earlier? G-Man, what was your name earlier? Did your name always been G-Man? Yeah. Oh, okay. I got you. So how have you been, my man? Oh, yeah. How the fuck could I ever forget about you? Everybody watch what this motherfucker's doing. Caspian C, if you can see, this guy does bong hits upside down. It's the most phenomenal thing I've seen on this fucking stream. We're done. Oh, how could I ever forget you? Absolutely. I didn't. I fucking remember it better than perhaps anyone. This is look how fucking phenomenal this is, kid. It's fucking absolutely bonkers. I remember telling him that literally he could just do trick bong shots as a TikTok and he'd get all kinds of attention. I don't know if he knows his music. He is very, very talented. You're muted, Doug. You're muted. There you go.
All right.
Oh, dude, G-Man, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Do that. That was amazing. Phenomenal shit. I loved it. I loved every fucking second of G-Man. That was fucking amazing.
John Wayne. The rest of the house. So you're so nasty. The arms. He's saying he's crazy. So he's just using his neck. Sensei. Still moving. That's all. He protested immediately. It looked like he was fucking exhausted. He would protest. There's some shit. Are human. That's what. And this guy is so crazy. When you have tongue hanging out, I was like, this is. He's doing to a two-division. Harry. When he had a crazy moment like that,
What a proxy. We're just watching some Joe Rogan, baby.
He's That's true. That video.
I hear you. What's going on, Frosty?
Some good fighters coming up. So they're coming up
Frosty, you hear me? I see you.
much better than guys just fight. No, I don't know. I think you can't tap to it. Definitely can. boxing gloves. And gas career.
Oh,
Been there, you've done it. Flip side. Buddy, agree. That is yeah, we're gonna make it. That's how it goes. Me. That he needs something. She fights her. And then
oh,
left them. He stepped Cheese. Choke out cat. Yeah. What's his face? The wrestler? Beast Man. He just. Because that's yeah. Window is they say it's not your very best. Yeah. Tough it up. Bro, I asked about it. You know what I'm looking forward to, man? That's the one. I know. A lot of I know. Everybody needs sneaky spinning. Really did. Dude, because he's moving. Hop away. He fucking first timers. That's right. Like, drop. It's just that stuff. Yeah, man. What a perfect night. Right behind. I'm watching you guys. It's like recently. It's really so good. Right.